Hi, welcome to the Hindu Opinion Insight series. Today, the topic we're going to see is mineral wealth of Africa and China's dominance over it. Let's see a quick background about the mineral wealth. Africa is a major contribution of the raw material of iron ore, cobalt, lithium, copper, and other rare materials, which is critical for EV, battery manufacturing, and electronic components, and also the renewable energy ecosystems. And let's see the China's dominance on the Africa's raw material extraction. China has over a period of 20 years, China has a dominance over there, and 80 percentage of the cobalt output is controlled by China, and Africa is the major contributor of cobalt in the world. So China had a deal. The deal name is DCR, Sicko Mines deal. DCR is Democratic Republic of Congo. So they had a deal for the resource to infrastructure. So they take the resource from Africa and they provide the infrastructure for the local peoples. Let's see the China strategy towards it. So China's strategy is extracting the minerals and being the global power of exporting of this lithium manufacturing power to the globe. So they extracting the cobalt, which is plays a major role in the rechargeable batteries. So they developing those batteries, and also they processing the minerals and they exporting to others. Even India, we buying cobalt, from DCR, but indirectly through China. And let's see the criticism, raised against China by the Congo people, by Africa, and also by the world. One is broken promises. They supposed to transfer, skill to the local people, but it's not done in the mark of expected. And also economical losses. So under the deal they have a tax waiver. So they had a tax exemption of 132 million dollars of tax exemption, but the contribution to the local people, the processing plant setup as promised by the China, it's not yet up to the mark. And government back holding of it, sorry, backup. So now currently 32 percentage is the holding of the African country in the processing. But now government, DCR government is negotiating with China for the 70 percentage of the holding for the for the local people beneficiary. And other criticism is like corruption scandal. So Feng investment has an corruption information with Namibia government. So they had bribery to the Namibia officials for those kind of tax relaxation, and also overutilizing the minerals. And another one is social and labor issues. So the local African peoples are working in an hazard places without any proper equipments like aprons and other safety equipments for their life. So this is one of the major issue. And another major issue is environmental damage. The acid spill in Fago River, and also in other countries, like creating a lot of issue, and also having a mining plant near historical places or ecologically or environmental friendly places, also creating a lot of issues there. Second one is the resistance in Africa. So in Africa, the resistance has been, come up against China in this mineral process. So one is civil society activist. So civil society activists and also local NGO peoples are creating in, for example, in Cameroon, they have a saying like Cameroon is Africa is not for sale, or Cameroon is not for sale. These kind of slogans, and also the NGOs mobilizing the people and creating awareness against this kind of exploitations. Then policy pushes. Now government started to negotiate with the Chinese investment firms and other companies for the proper technological transfer, or setting up a local material refining process plant in Africa itself, so that the local people's job or welfare will be raised, which is already committed by the Chinese companies. And reclaiming sovereignty. So now, they banned a lot of, for example, Namibia and Zimbabwe banned extract of raw lithium materials from 2022. So they started a hard negotiation with the Chinese partners. And let's see the global geopolitical impact. So China slipping dominance. So currently China holding the dominance of the African countries for the extraction of raw material, but soon it going to lose the dominance. The going to lose its hold on the African countries, because they started to raise, and they also making government level policies for it. Then reshaping supply chain. For example, China taking the raw material, they processing it and they supplying to the globe. So these dynamics might vary, because like Africa is taking the major contribution. They want to be a participant in the green economy revolution by a value added service, not just a supplier of raw materials. So let's see the India centric analysis. So, what's India's vulnerability? India heavily depends on the export. Import of these raw materials like cobalt or lithium from foreign countries. So currently we getting lithium from Australia, Chile. So these countries we getting it, and for cobalt we getting it from DCR, but indirectly from China only, because China has those dominance. Let's see the opportunities for India. So now, as the voice against the China's exploitation has raised, so in this situation, India can pitch as a stable and reliable partner by setting up, or bringing an investment to the Africa itself, setting up a processing plant there, then gaining their trust, so that we can be a more responsible partner by having a transparency and also clear communication to them, and bringing the investment. And also we can supply to our quad partners like USA, Japan, and Australia by extracted the raw materials, processing it, and we can be the supplier. We can be a major player in this raw material processing, or in the green revolution for those things. Then let's see the risk for India. What are the risks now currently for India is like competition from the West and China. So West and China. So China being a major competitor, and they will try to renegotiate and hold the dominance over African countries for the raw material extraction. India can have a diplomatic, or can bring up a policy where we can bring our through our Indian companies like Adani Energy is there. So these kind of private partners we can coordinate with them, and they can heavily invest in Africa, and we can be a reliable partner to Africa. And Africa governance challenges. So what are the African governance challenges is they have corruption issues, and also unstable political parties. So anytime the government can dissolve due to other factors. And India own a capacity constraints. So India's capacity constraint is India lacks the experience of large scale raw material extraction or processing things. And also India the muscle of the money muscle to have an heavy investment in Africa, and bringing that lacks when we compare to China. Then let's see for India for sustainable practices. So India need a sustainable practice where we need to bring a law, and also we should encourage the private partners for this kind of long vision, where this is the right time to hit. And way forward for India. So responsible mining diplomacy. So we can create a mining diplomacy with Africa, and through the processing we can also set up a client, or we can export it to our Asian countries there. And India Africa Forum Summit. So we having in that summit we can discuss these issues, and we can project India as a major supporter for those things. And coming to the conclusion, now Africa is a passive raw material exporter, but like now Africa want to be an assertive partner demanding value addition, so that we can recognize India, we can recognize it, and we can coordinate with them. We can also make a strategy through Atmanirbhar Bharat schemes, so that extracting those material and our energy resource can also be, I think, satisfied, and we can also be the major supplier to our neighboring countries. Thank you for watching it. If you have any comment or opinion about it, kindly comment it. Thank you.